These are the photos of the Trans Himalaya taken by my wife while flying from Leh. During that time, I was cruising down there in my Jeep. Finally, it was time to return home. We were on the last stretch of our journey. We started from Keylong at around 5:50 am. We travelled from Keylong to Raipur, a distance of approximately 1800 kilometers in 3 days. From Keylong, we quickly reached the confluence of the Chandra and Bhaga river. Then we crossed Dandi, known for the last but one filling station before Leh. From there, our journey was along the mighty Chenab river. Very soon, we crossed the Lahul gate. After crossing Sissu, we reached the Atal tunnel. Pretty soon, we were driving along the last stretch of the NH3 or the Leh-Manali highway, where we found some traffic congestion. By 7:30 am, we reached Manali. After crossing Manali, we took our first break to have breakfast. After filling our stomachs with aloo paratha, we resumed our journey and by 9 am we reached Kullu. Chandigarh is some 250 kilometers from here. We crossed the Haute tunnel, from where the road bifurcates, one towards Chilphi and Tirthan Valley and the other towards Mandi. Then we crossed the Pando Dam. At 10:30 am, we reached Mandi. At this time, suddenly, the instrument cluster in my Jeep started showing bizarre alerts like failure of auto hold, hill descent control function and so on. Also, my DEF was low. So we took a pit stop at the Jeep service center at Mandi. We refilled DEF. The service advisor did some inspection and assured us that it may be some minor software or sensor issues. Few minutes after we left the service center, all the alerts went off one by one and we felt relieved. We travelled the whole day and had lunch at Chandigarh. At around 7 in the evening, we took exit from the NH44 before Delhi. We entered the Eastern Peripheral Expressway with plans to take exit for Greater Noida. We were trying to avoid the Agra bypass from Palwal as that route remains pretty congested, especially at the toll gates. we took exit from the Eastern Peripheral Expressway towards Greater Noida. We wanted to take the Yamuna Expressway route towards Agra. Little did we know how difficult it will be to enter the Yamuna Expressway from here, although it intersects the Eastern Peripheral Expressway at this point. Maybe we missed some entry point towards the Yamuna Expressway and we roamed for about almost 45 minutes. Finally, we entered the Yamuna Expressway, but it was already very late and we were feeling hungry. We took exit at the first rest area to get fresh and have some food. We were pretty exhausted after driving for the whole day. At around 9 pm, we stopped for dinner. While having dinner, we decided that it was already late and it would be better for us to take rest and have a good night's sleep at a hotel somewhere nearby. We took the exit for Jewar, where we had booked a hotel for the night. At around 9:40 pm, we reached the hotel. After a sound sleep, we set off for our journey the next morning at around 6:50 am. We entered the Yamuna Expressway. Our next stop was Agra. We finally continued onto the Agra Inner Ring Road from the Yamuna Expressway. After crossing the exit toll plaza at around 8:15 am, we took a break before entering Agra. From here, we will once again join the NH44 towards Gwalior and Jhansi. We had our lunch at a dhaba after crossing Jhansi. There on NH44, we barely missed a major accident as a tractor suddenly took a turn and entered the high-speed lane as a truck was parked on the other lane. Indian highways may have improved a lot in the last few years, but they are not safe as most of the users don't know how to use these roads safely. Suddenly, the weather took a turn and it started to rain heavily. A sigh of relief in the scorching heat. We were now starting to have monsoon on the plains. At around 7:30 pm, we reached Jabalpur. At 8 pm, we checked in at a luxury hotel, which we had booked on our way online at a much discounted off-season price. The room was pretty big, well furnished with all the necessary amenities like electric kettle, tea, coffee, study table, wardrobe, and a spacious washroom. We had a sumptuous buffet dinner and a comfortable night's sleep there. The next day was a child's play for us after all the things we had done so far on this road trip. The next morning, we took a short halt on the Jabalpur Mandla National Highway for having tea. We were traveling from Jabalpur to Raipur, which seemed pretty nothing to us after having such a long and tedious road trip. At around 11:45 am, we crossed the MPCG border and finally entered Chhattisgarh near Chilphi. On this route, the road surface suddenly improves so much as we enter Chhattisgarh from MP. We crossed the beautiful Chilphi Ghati and suddenly felt being at home. We had our lunch somewhere near Simga town near the Raipur-Bilaspur highway. At around 3:35 pm, we entered Naya Raipur, our hometown. Finally, at 3:45 pm, we had reached home. This was a mammoth road trip we had been dreaming about for years, and finally we had completed it safely. We covered a total distance of 4,787 kilometers with more than 108 hours of driving. The return journey from Leh to Raipur was 2,125 kilometers completed in 42 hours of driving. The gauge summary showed normal values and the tire pressures were unchanged, although the tires must have been hot just at the end of the trip. We quickly added the most precious gifts we got ourselves from Ladakh, more fridge magnets to our collection. We will now quickly dive into the next part of the video, how our Meridian performed on this one-of-a-kind road trip.